Hello, goddesses. Crystal here, all things goddessy. How's your day? I hope your day is glorious. I hope your day is filled with blessings, goodness, clarity, love, light, divine insight, honey. I hope that you are living your best life, right? And so I am traveling here today. That's why I'm holding the camera so we might get a lot of movement. And I'm in New Orleans, one of my most favorite places in the world. And so I'm coming live because I wanted to get this video out. Okay, y'all saw the title, right? You saw the title, should Kim K turn down her sex act for Kanye? Okay, and I had to speak on it. Because it just really spoke to me on so many levels. And so remember to like, remember to subscribe, and all of that good jazz. Now we're just going to dive right on in. So we've heard quite a bit. I don't know if you have. And look, I don't even watch TV. Now, that's what's funny. I don't watch TV. But, I saw it on Facebook, saw it on the social media, this whole hubbub about Kanye having an issue with Kim wearing a dress that he felt was too sexy. And because of where he is in his spiritual walk right now, he feels like he wants her to tone down her sexy because she is his wife. And she is the mother of his children, and he's just not comfortable with the way she is presenting her body sometimes. And so what really jumped out to me, not only did the incident jump out to me, but the things that people had to say about the incident, right? And so y'all know I wrote my notes. I got my notes here because there are many things I want to say in this little bit of time I'm going to be with you today. So the first thing I want to address here is that Kim K uses her sensuality and sexiness as a part of her brand. And so the importance with that is as a goddess and moving in all things goddessy, I really can relate to the truth that we live in a masculine world, a world where women, a lot of times we are encouraged to express our power in a way that may be deemed a little more masculine versus our femininity, which is a part of our femininity is our sexuality and our sensuality. And Kim uses those things to, create her brand. Now, why do we want to vilify the girl for that? Now, not everybody, but I'm talking to the people that want to say, well, she's not famous for anything, or she uses her body. Well, so do bodybuilders, so do models, so do athletes, right? There are many, many people that use their bodies and their body's ability to do certain things or look a certain way to make money. So let's not vilify her for that. And let's not that's why she needs to stop. No. That's not for any of us to say. Right? And goddesses, we really have got to be careful of throwing other goddesses under the bus because they express themselves in a way that's different than us. I'm just saying. That's all on that. Okay. Number 2, she's a mom. Oh my goodness. I can't get with this one. Like a mom is not supposed to be sexy. Like a mom is not supposed to be beautiful. Like a mom is not supposed to be vibrant. Come on now. Halle Berry, J-Lo, Beyonce, there are plenty of beautiful, vibrant mothers, and not only in sexy mothers and look, you don't have to be sexy to be beautiful and vibrant, but if sexy is a part of it, then you shouldn't have to turn it down or play it down because you're a mother. You want to be mindful, but who's telling The Rock to put his shirt on? Who's saying The Rock is a father now? He needs to put that chest away. Oh, Jason Momoa, oh my goodness. He has kids. You need to put your shirt on, Jason. Nobody's saying that. But yet, when it comes to a woman, you become a mother, you're supposed to just put it all away, right? And it just struck me as odd. It struck me. We can think of numerous sexy fathers. And I don't hear anyone in Hollywood saying that those men need to put themselves away, put their sexiness away because they're fathers now. And so that is definitely something that I just can't get with. Okay, we need to stop it. We need to stop allowing other people to decide when we get to be who we want to be, right? So that's another issue I had. Okay, look, I got to look at my notes. Oh my gosh, this one, she's over 40. She's getting me. I read this comment a couple times as I was reading different threads about it once I decided to do the video. She's over 40. And so, she's getting close to 40. So, she's getting to that stage where she needs to just calm down. Why? Angela Bassett, honey. Can I say it again? Helen Mirren, honey. There are plenty of beautiful, sexy, vibrant women over 40. And so, again, ageism. And I have to say this. I teach, one of the classes I teach is Zumba Gold. And I teach a group of seniors. Most of them are women. And, we'll do a little belly dance and just to see them shake their hips. Because, sometimes when you get to be 40, 50, 60, 70, people try to tell you that you're no longer sexy or you're no longer sensual in a certain way. And those things are ageless. And so just stop it. Stop it. Stop saying because a woman is over a certain age, she needs to stop being vibrant and sexy and beautiful. And if her expression of that is wearing skin tight clothes, another one's expression may be wearing loose flowing clothes. It's not about the clothes. It's about us trying to tell another woman or another goddess where she needs to stop, right? That's not for me to tell anybody. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, this is the one that really gets me because her husband said so. And I heard a lot of this. Well, her husband said to do it. Her husband said to do it. And because he is her husband. And so because he asked her to, she should automatically tone it down. And I just have to say this from a widow's perspective. I'm a widow. I'm remarried. However, I'm a widow. And my first husband, of course, being a widow, he passed away. If I look at my life back then, and he never asked this of me, by the way, but had he asked me to give up something that allowed me to make income for myself, to lean on him. Now, I'm not saying that's what Kanye was asking. Let me just say that. I'm just saying a hypothetical. And then he dies. I gave up a big part of how I made my living. And now he's gone. And now I've got to try to find a way to make a living. And so that is something that, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whoever you are in your marriage, if your partner has an issue with how you make your money, right? Then that's something to talk about, but it's not automatically something you should stop doing. And then the second thing is, what goddesses, and I'm going to say this, you should never, and I will never back down in this, you should never lose yourself for another person. You should never just automatically give up something for, I don't care who the person is. If it's your husband, your mama, your baby, your cousin, your sister, your best girlfriend from pre-K, look, because let me tell you why you never lose yourself and you never give up yourself for another person. Because eventually you are going to begin to resent it. And eventually you're going to begin to resent that person that you gave everything up for. And now here's the thing. If you want to give up something or you're going to give up something, find the space in yourself where it's okay to give it up. Find the space in yourself where it resonates with you to give it up. But just giving it up because somebody else says they don't like it and it's a part of you, there's a difference between compromising in a relationship and compromising yourself. Okay? And so these are just like the overall points. Now, the specifics of actually Kanye and Kim. Now, I saw a little clip of the video and, everyone has their say on what happened or, their ideas. Now, here's my what is it? The way I looked at it, honey. I'm in New Orleans. It's so much energy here. I'm trying to stay on task because I got to go to lunch. I'm going to have a fabulous sandwich and I want to get this done. I know it's bad. I'm rushing, but anyway, I'm back. So so I saw the video. I'm coming back. I saw the video of Kanye and Kim's exchange. Now, one of the hallmarks, say Kanye is talking about his spiritual growth, right? One of the hallmarks of spiritual growth is understanding and compassion for other people. It is not saying, look, this is where I am, and if you love me, you need to change you. And I'm not saying that's exactly what he said because I know it's the media, it's edited. So you don't know even though we saw that clip, we don't really know what happened. We just know what was represented to have happened. And so based on the way it was presented, it felt like I'm in a new place in life and I want my wife to be in that place too. Kim then responds, well, you built me up here and now you're changing your mind. Okay, now there are two things there. First of all, like I said, one of the hallmarks of spiritual growth is understanding that everyone has their own way of doing things. Everyone. And so, number one, that is that. So tend to, when we're really growing spiritually, we tend to not want to walk in a room and demand someone change something because we've changed, because we understand the work that it takes to change. Okay, that's number one. Number two, when we play a role in this person showing up in the world the way they're showing up, and now we've moved to another place and we want them to move too, that really is not fair. Now, to have the conversation to say, look, babe, I'm moving to a different space. Spiritually, I got different things going on in my life, and I'm just not comfortable with the way that you present yourself. However, I understand that I also played a role in that. And I understand that I also encouraged you to do certain things. And I understand that this shift can be tough. Can we find a middle ground? Can we find a space to work together so that I can feel like you're hearing what I'm saying, but also I can feel like I'm hearing what you're saying. And we're working together. And then she gets to decide whether she's going to meet him in that space or not. But if you want a change to happen in your relationship because a change has happened in your own life, you've got to be responsible for yourself. You've got to be responsible for the part that you've played in this relationship being where it is now. And the work that it's going to take for you all to find a different space to take the relationship to. It's not just, I've changed, now you need to change. That's not fair. And it's not fair either way. And so what I saw was someone who wanted his wife to change and a wife who's at that point wasn't really willing to change. Another thing that kind of just sidebar caught me off is that the way they presented it was that he asked her the night before the gala. And so can you imagine? It's prom night before prom, and somebody comes in and say, I don't like the dress you're wearing. I mean, the energy that you've put into it up until that point, it feels ambushish. And maybe they did that for the show. Maybe they did it to make it look that way. I don't know. But I know that if I've been planning something for weeks or months and you come in at the last minute to tell me you don't like it, that creates a lot of chaos. That creates a lot of anxiety. And, it's just not the best place to get your need met. If I know my husband's been planning something for months and I don't like it, the best way to get him to hear me is not to go in on the night before and tell him I don't like this. And I feel like you're giving too much of myself. Well, that's fine. However, I've been planning this. And so when we're looking, I got to get my notes. I want to make sure I get everything. So when we're looking at that, you have to look at those nuances, and it's no just yes or no answer. I mean, the question here, I'm going to look at this. Okay, there we go. I got all that in there. Now let me look, still got more little notes here. Is Kanye right? And is it okay? Is it reasonable that he would ask his wife to change some of the aspects of her clothing based on where he is going spiritually? Yes, it's absolutely reasonable that he would say, babe, I'm going to this space and these things are getting harder for me. And as your husband, I'm saying, I'm struggling here. Can we find a middle ground? Is it reasonable for her to say, I'm not going there? Yes. And then as a couple, their job is to come together and to decide whether this is a relationship that can sustain the changes. And with both partners being intact. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. Can we sustain the changes with both partners being intact, with both partners feeling healthy, loved, seen, and valued? And if we can't, then whether we want to pretend or not, the relationship is not going to survive. So it's better that we have this conversation and we talk and we get to see what is going to work and what is not going to work consciously, than we unconsciously force each other or try to manipulate or coerce each other into making changes that the other person really isn't ready to make. And then down the road, it comes up anyway, and you've got 2 or 3 years of people living in a miserable situation because no one was honest about, I can't give you that. I can't do that and be okay for myself. So I don't think either one is right. I don't think either one is wrong. I just think that there are very many perspectives. And when we're looking at relationships and you're looking at feeling like your most beautiful, goddessy, vibrant self, which means you're living your life to its fullest, these are the things we have to consider. All right, God, it says, I'm getting ready to sign off. That's my two-piece meal, my two-piece leg and thigh dark piece meal on the situation. And I will see you all next week. And how do we do all things, God? It says, how do we do it? We do all things, God, see. All right, see you next week.